Hey YouTube! So this is review number 2. I'm just kind of filming them at the same time. If you haven't gone to check it out, go ahead and check it out. It's going to be for Kawaii Baby. So anyways, this is the diaper we're reviewing today. Also going to be breaking this down into kind of pros and cons and talking more in depth about the diapers. Okay, so I'm going to start with the pros on this one too. So one of the things that I really like about the Alva Babies is the fact that their elastic is tighter, but it's not so tight as to leave really ugly welts or marks on my daughter's legs. So I really like that. I've been using this one for about 3 to 4 months, and I've had 0 issues with it. The elastic is still really nice and tight, even though I use my dryer to dry them. So I know sometimes that can cause a little bit of issues. It can wear them out a little faster. So my second pro is the wing snap placement. You have the well-known, 3-wing snap. So it makes for, it makes for a little bit more adjustment from the legs to the waist. It does give you a little bit more flexibility when it comes to that. Another thing I really like about this diaper is they reinforced their snap. Here we go. Taken, and it looks like it was just the stay dry material that was used on the outside of the diaper. That's exactly what they're using, but they reinforced every single one of the snaps. They put kind of a larger covering for your fronts, all your front snaps, so you don't have as much leaking and you don't have issues where you might rip your PUL. They also reinforced the right snaps. They reinforced all of them. I've never had any issues whatsoever with her leaking out of the front where the snaps are. Okay, another thing that I really like about these snaps as well is the overlap that you have on the front. You can oversnap them, overlap them, depending, if you're kind of in that stage when they're still fairly little. I do like that. When I first got these, I did have to use that. Just because otherwise they would have been a little too big around the waist, so that made it really nice until she kind of grew out of that stage. Another pro for this is that their PUL is definitely a lot better quality. You can see that it's definitely a tighter knit. It's a glossier, you can feel it. It's a lot nicer. Again, if you've worked with PUL, just glancing at it, you can usually tell if it's decent quality or not. And obviously, I love cute prints. I've got this one, and I've got a bumblebee one, and I love them. Okay, now for my cons that I don't like is the pocket opening is on the top. So, when you stuff these diapers, you're going to have to be careful that they can't see any of it. Because when you put this on your baby, when you attach these on your baby, if there's any part that's sticking up and then you put clothing on them, it can wick away moisture. So, it's like if they had leaked. So that's definitely something that you do have to be a little more vigilant about. But that is definitely something that I don't like. I wish they did have kind of the covering that some others do, like Kawaii Baby. I definitely do wish that they would implement that into their pattern. These also tend to be a little bit bulkier looking than like the Kawaii Babies. I wouldn't say it's an enormous amount, but you can definitely tell the difference, or at least I can. To me, it's not a big deal, but I know some people do care about having thinner diapers, trimmer fitting. So if that's something that you really care about, that's something you might want to take into consideration. Last but not least, as far as my cons, is the opening, again, where you stuff your diaper is a little bit smaller. You have a little bit less room to work with than some other diapers. I tend to have smaller hands, so I don't really have an issue, but say for instance my husband, the times that he's had to stuff this, he really has trouble, as opposed to the Kawaii diaper where he does not. There are much larger openings. So, again, for me, it's not a deal breaker, but I mean, that's something to take into consideration. All in all, I'm very happy with these. I love the Alva Baby ones I have. I've never really had issues with them. I've never had to worry about leaking. The only leaking that I've ever had with them was user error. Whether it was when I was starting early on and I had the placements wrong. I wasn't checking to make sure that there were no gaps around her leg, or my husband when he was starting out. So, but other than that, we've never had any leaking. I will say these are probably one of our go-to diapers as far as pocket diapers. I do still tend to prefer pre-folds and covers, but that's another video entirely. So anyways, guys, let me know, I mean, if you like Alva Babies, or if you don't. And if you have any questions, leave me a comment down below, or feel free to send me a private message. So until next time, guys, bye.